Ladies, this is why detaching works so well with men. We went through this ourselves.
We did. And so in this video, we're going to break down exactly what detaching is not, what it is, why it works so well with men. I've coached so many women over the years. It's literally been over 1,000 at this point. We were just calculating.
Yeah.
And I have never had an ex not come back. And for those lovely ladies that are new here, what's up? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Brian.
I was a former single mom with 4 kids, went through a whole bunch of trauma and loss. If you're interested in learning more about dating and relationships and feeling good in your body again, I'm talking your hormones, your nervous system, all that.
Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos and content.
First of all, this is what detaching is not. You are not trying to play games with the guy. You are not trying to be manipulative. You're not doing this just so he comes back, just to get a guy's attention. Because when you're in that manipulative behavior, you're sowing manipulative energy. You're going to end up attracting a guy that likes to play games too.
You're really not doing this to get an emotional response. When you're detaching from the guy, you don't have to have an in-depth conversation with him to let him know that you're detaching.
So
I won't be around, because what that does for us is that lets us know you're not ready to detach.
That's so good, honey.
It lets us know, okay, I'll give her a couple of days. Then I'll reach back out to her. I'll do something that gets her attention, or she'll just reach out to me. So when you're detaching, you're doing this for you. You're doing it in a way where we're not thinking that this is just a short-term moment and we'll be back soon.
Ladies, this is how guys think. If you need to send him a dissertation, you're sending him a long text message, you're sending a long voice note of like all the things that he's done wrong, and now you're detaching, then you're back, and then, then you're gone, or you've blocked him, and then you're not blocking him. All the crazy things that women do, they know you're not gone. That's not detachment at all.
I have guys that I talk to who have gotten those long messages like, this is it right here. For one, we're not going to read it, so we'll never know what it says. And for two, it's just us just saying, okay, she's going through something right now, or she's feeling some type of way. Maybe she's ready to get married, but she's not ready to let me go. Because when you're truly ready to move on in life from anything, you just move on. So make sure you make that decision on your own, and no, we're not reading those long text messages.
Oh, that's so good, babe. Point 2 is, this is how you actually detach. And we went through this. When you're actually detaching, this means you have emotionally, spiritually, energetically surrendered the situation, surrendered the guy, surrendered the outcome. You completely surrendered it. You're not trying to control. You're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to do it just to get him back. You have truly let go of the situation. And you're okay with the fact that the guy is now gone. He is not for you. Or maybe you love the guy. You can love the guy. He might be the most amazing guy on the planet. He might meet your love list. You might have so much history together. But for whatever reason, it is not right. There's not an alignment there that's happening. And you as a woman, you never want to have to force anything. You need to give space for the masculine to come towards you. Otherwise, this doesn't work at all with all masculine energy men. So even in our situation, when I first started rotationally dating, I met Brian. We had instant connection. Everything was literally perfect. Met my love list, had the most amazing time together, talking, everything. But some things happen, and we're like, you know what, this is not going to work. At this point, we're in different countries. We both had some inner healing we needed to do. We were self-sabotaging. And I remember specifically having a conversation with him. It was short, it was quick, and it's like, this isn't working. And I let him go. It was really hard, but I had to trust God in the situation. And I truly let him go. It wasn't oh, I hope he comes back. Oh, I'm doing this to get a response. It was none of that. I made sure my energy was clean, was totally surrendered from the outcome, and I was totally emotionally detached from him. I was focusing on myself. I didn't do it for this reason, but I think it was like 6 or 8 months later, he's back in the picture. He's done a lot of inner work on himself. I've done a lot of inner work on myself. And we're like, okay, let's get married. We were engaged in 8 months.
Detaching is out of sight, out of mind. So even during that time, we never had conversations. It was no text messaging or anything like that. Not to say that the time that you spent with that person, you just forget it. But you really have to do things like we spoke about previously. You have to get rid of stuff that connects you with them. You want to detach totally from them. You don't want reminders. You don't want things like that. Detach move forward with your life and allow God to work things out, work in you, work in him. And if it's meant to be, and you guys are doing the work yourself, then things can change over time like they did with us. But doing that helps so much because it causes us to look at ourselves as men to see exactly why did we detach? Why did she detach from me? Like in our situation. Work on those areas. Then when they come back, now you have these boundaries in place and it's no, okay, I'm just trying to figure it out. Now he's coming to you with concrete plans. And now you have a decision. Do you want to start back over? Do you want to try again? Or are you okay with just moving on? You have that, you make that decision at that point because you've totally detached from the situation.
You're not waiting around at all for a guy ever. Like you truly are moving on with your life. I had truly moved on with my life. Now, if you struggle with emotionally detaching from a guy, you know he is not in alignment with who you're calling in as a husband, but you're still going back and forth with this guy, there's still an emotional attachment, then you have some inner healing you have to do. Typically, it's not that you're in love with him, babe, but you are seeking a validation and an approval. This is huge, okay? This is how I know you need some inner healing. And when you heal that, babe, which is, of course, what we help our ladies do, then you are in a way healthier place that even if he does come back, if it's not in alignment with what you're calling in as a husband and a father to your kids or your future kids, you can let go because you're dating other guys, you're rotationally dating. Ask yourself, babe, if you're having a hard time letting go because you're still in that needy, desperate, pick me energy, which men subconsciously are so turned off of.
We're definitely turned off by that. I don't want you ladies to get it mixed up. When you're in that needy energy, the men will still give you the time of day. But as far as our end goal, we're not looking to marry those type of women. It's just, you'll see those type of women, they'll get taken advantage of, and it'll be so much more healing that needs to be done when you're in that place. So I don't want you to confuse that guys are still coming to you or anything like that, but that needy energy, it brings the wrong type of guys. Unhealthy masculine energy comes your way.
Men, the masculine is attracted to confidence, to your magnetic feminine energy. In order for you, by definition, in order for you to be confident in your magnetic feminine energy, you have to be completely detached from the outcome. You have to be completely detached from trying to control and coming towards him. He needs to have space to come towards you. And here's the key, ladies, you are not in that pick me, needy, desperate energy. You are in your confident energy. Now, for a lot of ladies, they struggle with confidence and self-esteem. And that typically is just because you've been wounded. You've been wounded by the masculine. It's daddy issues. It's old patterns playing out. And you're still seeking validation. Those open loops, those open patterns are still active. And you're trying to close it. Your body, you're subconsciously trying to heal it. So you keep attracting these guys when really you need to actually heal that. So it's not active in you anymore. And then that is when you're in your really delicious, yummy, magnetic, confident energy that men cannot resist. So why can men not resist a woman that is totally detached? She's not in her needy pick-me energy. Why does this drive men crazy?
It drives us crazy. I'll give specifically why it drove me crazy. Our situation, because first everything was going so well and really not used to anyone detaching. And that's the main thing, because it's like, okay, I'm me, I'm who I am, nobody detaches from me. So when that happens, now I'm looking like, okay, what areas in my life need to be adjusted? What do I need to do? Because she actually made the decision and she's following through with it. So it's not just we had a conversation, she said we weren't going to talk and it was okay, but she followed through with it. So now the inner work that I need to do, the adjustments I need to make, is what I really began to focus on. And now I began to see like, okay, this is someone that I really desire to be with for the rest of my life. This isn't just someone that we're talking, we're having fun. This is someone that I desire to be with. So it was an adjustment for me because I wasn't used to it. But also it made me see that, okay, this person is different. It made her stand out. Like, she's different. Not only does she look good, but she actually has standards, boundaries. She actually detached. Now I can't let this one get away, was my thinking. Because in the past, if someone no longer talked and then you call them back and 3 days later, they're happy to hear from you. This situation was totally different. Made me look internally, made me make adjustments. let me know, because she didn't say that she was the one, but it let me know that she could be the one. Make adjustments financially, make adjustments even in where I'm living, proximity, whatever it took, I needed to do if I wanted to have an opportunity to be with her.
The only reason why I was able to emotionally detach from him was because I did so much inner healing. And I remember too, even when we detached and we decided to part ways, even though things were like literally perfect, I asked myself, I wasn't mad at him. I asked myself, why am I still attracting men that haven't fully stepped up and ready for marriage, even when things look perfect? Because men are always mirroring your energy. So anytime you have a pattern or you're attracting a guy, even if he seems perfect and you love each other and all that stuff, and there's not that consistency there's self-sabotaging happening, you have to go inwards and make the shift in you. Don't try to change him. Make the shift in you, and then the masculine will mirror that back to you. And that's exactly what happened with us.
100% agree.
Yes. So ladies, if you're struggling in this area, we got you. This is what we do all the time. Like literally our community is filled with messages of exes coming back, husbands are coming back, old boyfriends are coming back. Or you have new guys that they're dating and then they go away, and then we coach women on exactly what to do so you can be a wife, you can get the ring, and you're not playing these games anymore.
We have some resources below for you ladies, so make sure you check them out. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends, with your family members. Let us know what you think so we can make sure we help you along your path.
So good, ladies.